I'm a disgruntled Eagles fan, and we're awesome.
Welcome, Disgruntled. This is a little late. The draft is this Thursday at 8 p.m. It's going to be from the 23rd to the 25th. The first round starts at 8 p.m. I think rounds 2 and 3 are 24th, and the rest may be the 25th. Now, don't hold me accountable on those exact round picks per day, but it's definitely the 23rd to the 25th. But I'm only going to be focusing on the first round because honestly, I'm not an agent, or I'm not really too well educated on the draft about college players. I don't really pay attention to college football in general, so I couldn't really tell you who's the best linebacker, who's the best running back, who's the best quarterback. I have a very broad view. I only know a few quarterbacks, a few wide receivers, but I've been doing a little bit of research, a lot of buzz around this draft about the Eagles getting a wide receiver. So I've been did a little research, and I'm going to be focusing on who the Eagles might pick or what the Eagles might do during this draft. We're a day away from it now, and this is what I think we're going to do. And then some of the top guys, top wide receivers going to be picked in the first round, and I'm going to try to guess who's going to be picked by the Eagles. So I'm going to list the guys that I think the Eagles are going to pick up, or should pick up at least, and then have the highlights. And then I'm just going to do a little analysis on the guy that I think the Eagles are going to pick. Because I don't really know that much knowledge on each individual guy. Just a broad overview of why the Eagles should pick these guys, and they are going to be picked in the first round roughly. So again, I don't really know much about the NFL or the college prospects in general, except for Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts is the top guys. I don't even know who the top running backs are. But the Eagles should pick a wide receiver, and they're strongly suggesting that they are going to pick a wide receiver. I mean, there's some rumors that we're going to pick up a linebacker, possibly, because that is one of our needs. We need a linebacker. But I feel like we're going to be focusing on the offense because we focused, as I said previously in the free agency update, my last main video, that we focused on the defense mainly. But I feel like we're going to go for that offensive guy because we haven't picked up an offensive guy yet during this free agency, so we're going to focus on the draft, get a young guy, because we need to get younger on the offense. We are been getting younger, like I said previously during the free agency video. So I feel like we're going to start towards that trend of getting younger on the offense and focusing on the offense more because we focused on the defense. Our defense is stacked now. So I feel like our needs in the draft are wide receiver first, linebacker, cornerback, maybe a running back to back up Miles Sanders. Just like that power back. We don't really have that power back since we let go Jordan Howard. Yeah, we just need to keep building up the offense because offensive production last year just really went down the hill. And I feel like we're going to get a stacked wide receiver this year, hopefully. Usually, they haven't really panned out the past few years except for a couple here and there. But hopefully we can get that guy. Alright, so I'm just going to list them. I'm going to say the name, then highlight, and I'm going to do my review of who I think I'm going to pick, and then go into more depth after the highlights. CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma. Justin Jefferson from LSU. Jerry Jeudy from Alabama. Henry Ruggs from Alabama. Jalen Reagor from TCU. And T. Higgins from Clemson. Those 6 guys I feel like are going to be a perfect fit for the Eagles, and their first round, or they're projected to go in the first round. This is why I think the Eagles are going to be looking into these 6 guys more likely than the rest, is because 1, they all have speed. 2, they catch balls like crazy. We're not going to have to worry about drops, so they don't get injured. It's been going around where our kind of mentality is to get a receiver that can catch the ball, win those 50-50 balls, those huge receivers, but I feel like we need to get speed. Deshaun Jackson is getting old. He's injury prone. Most of these younger guys, these 6 receivers, they're perfectly fine with injuries. They don't get injured at all. So we're just looking for those 3 things in receivers. Those are the top few things I feel like we're going to be looking at. So yeah, and then Deshaun Jackson can kind of mentor them because he's one of the fastest guys in the league. And we still have him as a deep threat. We still have him for another year. I think we should keep re-signing Deshaun Jackson. He's still in his prime. Well, not in his prime. He's kind of declining from his prime, but he's still up there as a top elite receiver. And I feel like we need to re-sign him again kind of as a learning curve for these younger receivers that we're going to get. So my pick, I feel like we should get CeeDee Lamb. I feel like that's a popular pick amongst most people that are probably going to be CeeDee Lamb for the Eagles. He's fast. He's 6'2". He's built a little bit small, but he doesn't act like it. He's a DeAndre Hopkins build, or DeAndre Hopkins kind of player, where he gets up, wins those 50-50 balls, but he is fast. Usually people who win those 50-50 balls are kind of slow, like Alshon Jeffrey. They're going to catch the ball, but they're going to usually be slow after catching the ball. But we need those big guys who win the 50-50 balls but are also fast. Can get separation amongst it. He catches the ball excellently. His drop rate is almost near 0 in his 4 years at Oklahoma. He's just a monster. He's projected to go first, or one of the first people to be picked up in the wide receiver group. Out of all the wide receivers, he's projected to go first. I believe that we're going to trade up to get him. A likely trade would be with the Jets, 11th pick, because they need they're looking in that spot, and that'll get us closer. We're currently in the 21st spot, so I think we're going to move up to at least the 11th. In that range from 10 to 15, and hopefully we can get in the top 10 somehow. Howie Roseman is known for that. Out of his tenure with the Eagles, most likely than not, he's going to be moving up in the first round to get that high first round pick. I think it's like a crazy amount. 6 out of 8 times he's moved up in the first round, high in the first round, and traded for a high round pick like he did with Carson Wentz and numerous other players too. Dallas Goedert, he moved up for. That was the 2nd round, or high draft picks for him. That Howie Roseman's mentality is to draft high guys in the draft. So we're more than likely going to trade up to the 10th to 15th spot, most likely. Hopefully we're going to get in the top 10 somehow. I've heard a rumor that we're going to trade Alshon Jeffrey. I'm surprised that Alshon Jeffrey hasn't been traded yet. He was one of the most likely guys to be traded. But I think Howie Roseman was keeping him for the draft and was waiting before the draft to see what Howie Roseman could play, how the prospects were looking up closer to the draft, so he can save that tradable aspect with Alshon Jeffrey. So rumors are going around that we're going to trade Alshon Jeffrey for a higher pick, which is more than likely going to happen. I want Alshon Jeffrey out of here. He's injury prone. he was the source, or rumored that he was more than likely the source of criticism against Carson Wentz within the teammates a couple of years ago. I mean, he had the Super Bowl run was probably his best year. He's good here and there. He's going to win our 50-50 balls, but he's slow. I don't think he's in his prime anymore. His prime was up with the Chicago Bears, but it just declined after the Super Bowl. I don't think he's in his prime anymore, so get rid of him while he's still kind of good and still tradable. That's basically everything I'm going to be saying in this video. I'm tired. It's 3:30 in the morning. Sorry for me not making really sense, but it's better than nothing. I wanted to get this out before Thursday. So those are the guys that I think the Eagles are going to nab, or at least one of them. I mean, we can't nab all of them, more than likely, and I'm liking the top 6 guys that I picked, or that I said for the Eagles to pick up, because of their speed, catch rate, they're not injury prone. So all good caliber teammates, and then CD Lamb we did get in contact with too. And a couple of those other players that I listed, also we were kind of highly looking after. And then I would also like Justin Jefferson too from LSU. He's a beast. He's fast. He can catch the ball. I would like to see him too. I wouldn't mind him getting him picked up. Those are probably the top two players that I would like for the Eagles to pick up. Or I mean, if he has a chance. Out of all those 6, those are like my top 2 for the Eagles to pick up. And then like honorable mentions, I'm going to end it here after this, but honorable mentions: Michael Pittman Jr., USC; Denzel Mims, Baylor; Tyler Johnson, Minnesota; Van Jefferson, Florida. I can't pronounce this name, I'm sorry for the mispronunciation, but Laviska Shenault, Colorado. Those are kind of looking into them, or the Eagles have been looking into them, a few of those players. So yeah, CD Lamb is where it's at, and I'm going to end the video here, and thanks for watching.